If you're new to my channel, well, warm welcome and consider staying for a little bit. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 15 things that you probably don't know about you. Some of you, you've been following me for a bit. There might be a few things that you already know that I might have shared, but for the most part, I try to pick things that most people wouldn't know. So without further ado, we are going to get right started. So first things that you might not know about me is that I have a middle name, and my middle name is Helen, Helin. That's right. I've never shared that really publicly with anybody. I don't use it, but that's my middle name. Now, the second thing that you might not know about me is that my best friend has the exact same name as me, and her name is Amélie. Just like me, we met the first day of high school. That was like 32 years ago, and she has been my best friend since then. We had periods of time where maybe I didn't see her for like a year, but we've always been in touch, and she's still my best friend. We actually went on vacation this summer. I'm so blessed. We went and we traveled to Italy. So there's fact number two, second thing. Now, the third thing that you may or may not know about me is that I moved out at the age of 16 to Montreal. I wasn't 17 yet. I had finished high school, and I was going on to college. And because I'm a September baby, I hadn't turned 17 yet. So I was quite young. And I remember the feeling, which is kind of strange because this afternoon, right before filming this video, perhaps 2 hours before, I did like a process because I wasn't feeling well, and I went inside and I did a healing, and basically what came, it's kind of interesting, I'm sharing that today, is the feeling of uncertainty and insecurity that I was feeling right at this age before I left my parents' house. Somehow I hadn't fully processed how I felt. So strangely, I literally cried earlier, and I allowed my 16-year-old self to express, I'm so scared, I'm so insecure, and I'm afraid of not knowing anybody, I'm afraid of not making friends, I don't know how that's gonna be, and I literally just had a process. So here you go. I didn't even think I was gonna share that today. Now, the third thing that you might not know about me is the four things is I have twins. So some of you may know, some of you don't know. I have a beautiful boy and a beautiful girl. They are 15, almost 16 already. They're the joy of my life. They're the biggest blessing of my life. And yeah, I whoa, whoa. Oh, I don't know if you caught this. Did you see this in the camera? Hi, beautiful soul. This beautiful bird just came in and flew where I'm sitting. There's like a little bit of a gazebo, and it circled, it did one full circle around, and then it just left. Hi, honey, and it's right there. It's gone now. There you go. Beautiful. And I just saw number 333, which is so beautiful. 333 is actually the sign of the Ascended Masters. So it's almost like I'm getting a sign that there's like an Ascended Masters that is really present here. So thank you. I received that. And I hope you receive that too. The number 5 things that you might not know about me is that I survived postpartum depression. That's right. After I had my twins, God, it was hard. Man, it was hard. It was hard. To be hard is an understatement. And I'm using the word survive because it was a survival. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it. So the fact that I survived it and I'm here and I healed is a miracle. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here and to be happy in my mind and my body and my soul. And I'm grateful for the experience of that because it has taught me so much. Not only I'm able to relate to people that go through depression and anxiety because I was there, and it also allowed me to have even more compassion for people and humanity. So there you go. That is the number 5. Number 6 things you might not know about me is I worked in Germany as an au pair, and I found the family that I went to work as an au pair on the internet. Now that was a freaking long time ago. That would have been literally 24 years ago, right when the internet was kind of like just launching. At least I was new to the internet. And I remember going on a site called aupair.com, and I went and I filled out an application, and boom, I was paired with a family and we contacted each other. They called me one time. Back then I couldn't even see them. I had to tell them I was wearing a burgundy hat so they would recognize me at the airport when they came to pick me up. It was one of the beautiful experiences of my life. I was there for 3 months. It was amazing, and I'm so grateful I got to do this despite the fact that I was really scared of going and leaving my boyfriend, my family, my job. I had applied for a leave of absence to do that. I highly recommend, if there's any experience that's calling at you, there's a reason. Just make sure that you push through the discomfort, knowing that if you're being guided, there's a beautiful reason why. Now, the 7 things that you might not know about me is I worked at a restaurant that was owned by Celine Dion. Yeah, in Montreal, there was a chain called Nichols Restaurant. I don't know if they're still in business, but I worked there as a server when I moved to Montreal. I think I was 17. I didn't work there for a long time. I was a server. I remember being very insecure in that position. I definitely lacked a lot of self-confidence. You wouldn't tell from looking at me, but within myself, oof, that was challenging. But that is an interesting fact. Now, the 8th thing that you might not know about me is my favorite food is Thai food. I would love for you to comment down below what is your favorite food, if you feel free like sharing. Thai food specifically, I love noodles, but I really love a very good, yummy green chicken curry that is not too spicy. I absolutely adore it. It's one of my favorite if it's done well and it's very authentic. The 9th thing that you might not know about me is, well, I was a flight attendant for 24 years. That's right. I had a dream of traveling the world. I went to the hiring process. I got hired and I did that for 24 years. And then last August, I closed the chapter with this whole 2 years that we've been through. They were offering the opportunity to leave. So I retired from that career that I loved dearly. I was very passionate about my job and what I did and traveling the world. And it took me a long time to be able to take the courage to leave. This has been the hardest thing I've ever done, which was to leave something good. But I once read that if you're brave enough to say goodbye to what's good, you're making place for something that might be even more extraordinary. And for some reason, I just trusted that and I decided to let go. So I have let that go literally last year. And I have been in this transitional process of literally working, helping people as a coach, as a healer, as a speaker. And that's what I've been doing. Not easy to say the least. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. But I trust that it was the right decision, that it is the right decision. And I am grateful. I'm grateful for being here with you right now and sharing my heart. Hopefully I can inspire any one of you needing to hear these messages that I'm sharing from my heart. The 10th thing that you might not know about me is that my dream destination is, can you guess? Although I have traveled the world, my dream destination, one place I would absolutely love to go is South Africa. I would love to do a safari, an actual safari, and to see the animals in the wild as it is elephants and lions and the zebras. And that is one of my big dreams. And I also have this vision. I have been to Turkey, but only for 24 hours, and it was raining. So I'd love to be able to go back to Turkey and go into those beautiful vacation spots where there's beautiful water and spend some time there. The number 11 things that you might not know about me is that I am obsessed with personal development and helping people. Like, it's an obsession. It's a passion. I read books about personal development. I read books about humans and their brain, and I love combining that with spirituality and like, to me, the fact that I have learned that the brain is like that we can literally reprogram our mind and we can just change ourselves is just blown my mind. And it's my passion to help people with transforming and really embody their true authentic self, essentially. Number 12 things you may not know about me is I too struggle with self-doubt, with fears, with limiting belief and insecurities on a regular basis. Today was one of those days before filming this video. I things go really well and I feel very inspired, and then as I'm about to take a next step, which is a very why I'm passionate about development, personal development, is all the residue left over of fear, the protector, just comes up and it comes very strong. So it really forced me to really become an embodiment of the work that I do, which is when I help people to really presence whatever comes up for myself, so I can move through and keep taking the aligned action that my heart and soul is called. So just because you see someone on YouTube or on television or on a podcast, on social media, or wherever you see them taking action, you see them moving, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. They are also going through the same thing as you are. Perhaps they have developed better process to move through, and that's what I love, that's what I'm passionate about, and that's what I'm learning and practicing and helping my clients or people that I'm sharing, like here, tools such so to help people move forward. And now the 13 things you might not know about me is that I, for the most part, I don't walk my dog. I actually bike my dog. That's right. I take a bike and my dog is on a leash and I bike my puppy and I tell him, all right, are you ready to run? And then he runs and I bike fast. I hold the leash and he runs beside me, and then I guide him with a whoa with my words, and then he slows down. And it's like I've been doing this for 5 years. We understand each other. I have felt one time, one time or maybe two times. The first time is the first time that I was biking him. We didn't know each other. Thank God it was in a park. I fell in the grass and I didn't hurt myself too much. And the second time I fell was a couple years ago. It was my fault. I went in November when there was black ice and I couldn't see it, and I braked and my bike fell. So it wasn't his fault. But for the most part, this is what we do. And I bike him literally from the month of like April, as soon as the snow and the ice melts, from April all the way till November. That is what we do. And his name is Chance, and he's my beautiful puppy. You might have seen him already. I've made a couple videos with him. Now the 14 things you may not know about me is that I feel all emotions really deeply. So I feel joy and excitement and fun and enthusiasm. I feel it very high, and I also feel sadness, and I feel like if I'm depressed, I'm really depressed. If I'm sad, I'm really sad. If I'm angry, I'm really angry. I feel like the intensity to which I feel is like heightened. So are my senses, by the way. My senses, like I hear loud, I smell strong. I take, like, it's kind of interesting. My eyes, like if I don't have sunglasses, if I go on a car ride, I have to wear sunglasses. The light, even if it's not sunny, the light affects me. And I have heard something about that, like apparently a lot of empaths or light workers, there's something about where you come from the star system, that might affect that. Let me know if you know anything about that in the comment. I would love to hear anything you want to share with me. I read all my comments from now. I mean, at least now I have time. Yeah. And the 15 things that you may or may not know about me, I think you know that, is like I freaking believe in people. Like I believe in people. I believe in the ability for people to turn their life around, for people to really step into their most authentic and embodied self. I believe we are just, for the most part, we are mostly unconscious, and we are operating from an old program based on how we used to show up to please and receive love that was conditioned and the societal approval and validation. I believe for the most part, not everyone, but I believe for the most part, that is the conditioning. So I believe in the ability of humans to deconstruct that. I believe in the ability of human to wake up and become and have this awareness and deconstruct that, and to come home and try to really tune in to see, like, hey, who the heck am I really beyond that? If I don't care to show up as into a certain way to gain people's approval or validation or even the love of other people, because I have found the place in my heart to love myself and accept myself and validate myself, then who am I and how do I want to show up? I believe humans are ready for that. I believe the world is ready to turn around and figure out a different way to connect with each other, for them, ourselves first, and then each other. And I believe in the power of humanity. I've always believed that there's so much more good and bad in this world, and that we're just in that phase of just stepping into and making this a reality and creating that. Now, what is one thing that you would like to share about me? What is one thing that I don't know about you that you would love to share? Please take a moment, if you feel called to share. Comment down if you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed learning about me, please give this video a like, thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I invite you to subscribe right over here and hitting the notification bell right over here so you don't miss my upload. It's a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for not giving up. Please know that you're not alone in however you're feeling. Take a deep breath. If today is a rough day, that's okay. Just know that you're not alone. I was crying a couple hours earlier, so just know that, hey, we're all humans. We're all experiencing this at different times, and it's okay. It doesn't mean anything about you, because you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings. You're just this beautiful soul experiencing it all. And the sooner you can come and understand that and make space for it without the judgment, wow, you're just gonna move through it. And it is my wish for you. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you soon. Bye, my love. Take care.